Hey everyone, it's JP here with Beach Fab Customs again. I just got I got an Amazon delivery, and and that we're gonna make a bracket here. So as I think I've mentioned before, I'm gonna get back into demolition derby, and after, oh heck, I don't know, 30 years of not being in it, I think it's a good idea, 52, to get back into you know, beating the shit out of my body again. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? You know, your body heals better with age. So I was online the other day, and heck, this new age now makes life so much easier. So I did the old Amazon thing here and I ordered a fuel tank. They like to call them a fuel cell, but I don't know if it's really a fuel cell or not. So we got 10 feet of braided hose. What else we got in here? We got a fuel tank. Hang on, we got some fittings. Hang on, it's like Christmas digging in here. We got some fancy fittings. Oh, they must be good. They're the red and blue ones. The red and blue, they've got to be good, right? Because they're colored and they look cool. So far, they don't look too bad, to be honest, as much as I'm being a bit of a smart ass. That, let's see here. Let's see what we got for a tank. So the packaging, good. Packaging is really good. Don't need that. So, we got a sending unit, which I don't really think I need for my derby car. And that, I think we're good with that. Tank measurement sticker. I'll be honest, this tank actually looks fairly good. She looks good here. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if it's got the foam in it or not. Well, she's got a little bit of foam in it. It's got a sending unit in it. So, for the price of it, I can't really complain. I think, if I remember, the thing was only about $150. So, I can't really complain. To be honest, I'm skeptical on these. As much as I'm joking around about these ends, I'm skeptical on these ends a little bit. On how well they're going to, clamp. Then that, you know, I'll try them. For sure, I'll try them. Why wouldn't you? And that, but I am a bit skeptical on these. The only thing I see so far that's a bit of a complaint, but you can Google it and all that, is they don't give you instructions on how to build these hoses. I've done them before, so, but if you haven't, then just Google it. There'll be something on there somewhere on how to do these hoses. But so far I'm pretty happy with it. But what we're gonna do is I need to make a mount for this thing, because you can't really, you gotta raise it up and make it easy to just mount to the floor of the vehicle that you're gonna smash up. And I got a bunch of over in this mess here that I'm trying to clean up a bit, so I might as well build stuff. And that, and underneath my little end cut, I'm going to I'll just make a bracket. I'll make a mount for this thing to mount it into be able to universal mount it into a car in case I decide to do this more than once. Who knows? Who knows? But no, so far I'm pretty happy with this tank. So let's get to making a mount for it and making her all sexy so we can eventually install it in the car. So let's do this. I've gone through my pile of not really scrap, just end cuts, and I got some 1.5 1/8 wall. I've got some 1/4 inch flat bar here, and that. So I got so what my plan is here with the flat bar, we're going to what we're gonna do is go like this and we're not gonna make it square. It'll be 3-sided. The reason why I'm not making a square is because I got this drop right here, right in here. So what I'm gonna do is go 1.5 inches past this mounting bracket, and then run legs 8 inches down, 8 inches down, and then this here will all bolt onto this flat bar, nut and bolt onto there, and And then we'll go down, and then I'll run down there on the bottom. I can run 4, or actually I'll probably run just 2 of these to mount it, because chances are it's going to go over the hump, and you don't want to be battling with the hump. So just go down, you know, more or less you're going to make a square going this way is what you're going to make, and then you'll bring it across here to hold it all together. So that's what I'm going to do with that. We might have to strengthen it up a little bit with gussets afterwards, because you got to remember it's going in a derby car, so it'll be getting smashed and stuff. But you know, it's just a simple little project you can do. Heck, when I did this, when I started doing this back 30 something years ago, yeah, probably 30 years ago at least. I don't know. All I know is I'm old. It's probably longer than that. But anyways, you know, this is you know, people just starting out and learning, the perfect place to learn. Get into doing, you know, a sport like, you know, derby, build your own stuff, and you know, you learn how to take cars apart, you learn how to weld, you learn how to fix cars, you learn how things tick, so it's a great, you know, it's a great learning experience. It's fun as hell as well, but you know, you learn how to do fabrication work, and learn how to make things strong and stuff like that. So it's yeah, it's a great place to learn as a kid. It's a fun sport. You know, you don't have to go out and pay $1 million. That's the thing. You know, you watch some of this stuff. These guys are out paying $1 million. There's different classes. You don't have to be in one of those classes. So yeah, get out and you know, get out there and build stuff. Like I said, you learn a lot about a vehicle, taking a car apart, and you know how everything works and stuff like that. So don't be afraid. You know, everyone says, "Oh, there's no way to learn. There's no way." You know, that's a perfect opportunity right there. And highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. And but let's get back to building this fancy thing here. Bars here cut or flat stock. Now if you notice on here, we got these nice sharp edges. So grind those off right away after you're done doing them. Get rid of them. I like to call them widow makers, and they'll hack the shit out of you. And if anyone's seen any of my previous videos, they know I'm not a big fan of them. And if someone leaves them on and you get cut with them, I give you complete permission to kick them directly in the junk, because those are right up there with the people that cut zip ties wrong. And you reach your hand in, you slice your hand open. So just grab your grinder here and just grind those down. Take them off. And, so you don't have to, like it takes not long to do it. That's how long it takes to grind those off. Now you don't have to worry about cutting yourself and it looks like a murder scene all over where you're working. So take the, did that take 30 seconds? And grind all your widowmakers off and do it as you go along, because it sucks ass when you cut yourself on them and you bleed and it looks like a murder scene, and it's all ugly. So what we're gonna end up doing here, these haven't been cut yet. I'm gonna cut these and we're gonna go like this. And then I'll put another one on here once I cut those to the 8 inches. And then you'll end up bolting in here. And then you'll have another one of these going across here. And then that'll be one side. And then you'll put one like this here. And that'll be the other side. Simple, simple. So the biggest thing is squaring everything up, making everything look pretty. So like I said, this is how you learn, is on this stuff. And I'll be TIG welding all this together. It's how you learn to weld and do all that, square everything up. And you know, you can build something like this, and then you just keep building and learning. So let's, I'll get these cut now, and then we'll start laying stuff out. Cut. One there, one there, one there. Like I said, it's scrap, as you can see. It's a little rusty and everything. But what you have to do is grind all that rust or the coating or whatever's on your metal. Grind that all off, the slag here, like you can see on here. And when I say grind, don't get on here with the hardstone grinder and gouge this shit out. Like I said before, as much as this is a freaking derby car, practice. Practice. Make things look pretty. And take pride in what you're building. And but just what I'm going to end up doing here is you're going to square this here all up. Like this. So I've got this piece of C-channel here that so what I'll do is I'll clamp this like this, hold this. So this here is going to get clamped like this. Then you hold this, and you can grab your square. So this here, tools you need when you're doing stuff. Go buy yourself a cheap square, and don't be afraid to buy a couple cheap squares because you're going to use them quite a bit. Then so once you clamp that like that down to your table so it's stationary, you take your square and go in here, and then you can tack this all together. And notice I said tack. You're just tacking right now. Get this all tacked. You're going to square this all up because you got to run a piece on top as well. And then you'll have one side all done. So that's what I'll do here. I'll clamp this down here. And then I'll make sure this is all squared up. Do the same down here. And that. And then you'll be able to cut. I got to cut another one of these. I got to find another piece. And then run it in the top. And then you'll be able to... then you'll have this square done, then we'll go with our cross piece. So that's where we're at right now with this. And then if you remember, I made this 3 inches longer, so your bolt holes will actually go right in here. Right in there is where your bolt holes will go. So that's where we're at right now. So we'll get that done. So we got the main base here tacked. I just got the tank sitting on here and that, so you can roughly see what we got going on. So I was going to back here use a piece of flat, but I've changed my mind. She's low. She's kind of sitting there. Like I said, it's just all tacked. Just tack everything for right now. But I'm gonna put a piece of 1.5 across here, so it's sturdier instead of a piece of flat like I originally thought. So I'll put a piece across here because I can't put a piece across the front because of the tank drop. And that because the front of the tank or rear of the tank, wherever I put it, it's at the front right now, it drops down in here and you can't run a piece. I might be able to. What I'll do, and this, I don't know, I'm just thinking here. I'm thinking out loud. And what I'll probably end up doing actually is run a piece down here on there below that tank drop. So it'll hold in here. And then we'll put the pieces on the bottom there. So that's probably what I'm going to do on the other side. This one here I'll run at the top because I can. On the other side I'll probably run it below the drop, which will that'll work. That'll stiffen it up. So like sometimes you just go by the seat of your pants when you're fabbing stuff up. And that's what that was right there. So that's what we'll do there. And then I'll put the bottom base plates on here so you can mount it to whatever the heck you want to mount it to, the floor, whatever works for you. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Oh, we got a fuel tank stand here. I got to put the pieces on the bottom here, and then we're gonna weld it all up. But like I said, here's what I did where the fuel lines go. So when I mount this, it'll go like this. Then the fuel line will come from there and go down and up to the front of the car. Is what'll happen there. So once I put the holes and all that in, like I said before, just tack everything. Because actually I put a ratchet strap around here to pull that to get this to fit right. But yeah, just tack everything. I'm going to put these pieces in, tack them all up, and yeah, then you'll be able to bolt it to the floor or wherever the heck you want to bolt it to. Here, the other thing, you make a nice coffee table out of it. But once you get everything tacked, then get your tape measure, which is just like your typical shop right now. I don't know. There's the tape right here. And measure corner to corner. And that when you're welding this stuff. And that so you don't. Yeah, there we go. 21.5. So it's squared up because doing it this way and this way and this way, and this way, you can still get this thing so it does this. So always do your cross measure here, 21 and a half, 21 and a half. So this thing's squared. You're squared this way. I'll do the same thing on the bottom when I flip it over. And do that before you get in here and start laying, really nice, beautiful welds. Because like I've said before in videos, the nicest weld you hang, if you don't measure, you probably pretty much guarantee you get your cutoff wheels and start cutting stuff out. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna flip this over, cut 2 more at 18. I'm not gonna put anything in here because usually when you mount these tanks, there's a hump in the car. And it just makes it so you can put it in without having to worry about it. And yeah, so you'll be good. But right now, like I said, I still have some more pieces over there I can use to mount this. Put a piece in the bottom, and this thing here will be all good and strong. And like I said, you can little projects like this, like I said, you learn from this here. If you want, you make a coffee table, you make a little table, stuff like that. So it all starts with stuff like this. And the biggest thing is measuring and making it all look sexy and cool. Then you clean all this up and paint it all. So right now, that's what I'll do is I'll get these other pieces, then we'll drill some holes, and we'll do some welding and finish this thing all up. So that's where we're at right now. We got the fuel tank stand all done here. Yeah, it's done. It's all welded up and done and ready. I got to drill the holes in here and in there, and then throw some paint on it and make her look all sexy. And but yeah, it's ready. She's all ready to be installed in a car to smash up. So that was actually today's Sunday, so that was my Sunday project here. So it's it's one of those, that's how I started always building stuff like this. So anyone getting into it, just start by building small things like this. Square things up, practice. The biggest thing is with welding, get comfortable. It's something I learned a few years back. Run your passes, especially if you're TIG welding, run your imaginary pass before you get in. So you don't have to stop partway through and because you can't get your whip or your torch or all that all the way through, and get comfortable. I had to stop for a bit and let that thing cool down because I just couldn't rest my arm on anything anymore, and I started trying to be greedy, and the weld started getting ugly. So if you have to, stop, let it cool down, and well, the other thing, there's lots of things you can do with that. Like I said before, it's a nice little end table, coffee table. So for you guys, if your significant other, wants to spend time with you and, gets upset when you're spending time out the garage, well, industrial furniture's in right now. Make her a nice table, or him, whichever way you go, don't matter to me. Everyone can do what they want, but make a nice table, a nice industrial table. That's it's in style right now, and it keeps everyone happy. And it's a matter of getting out, just practicing, and go buy yourself a square, small little MIG welder. Don't need nothing fancy, and just start practicing. This this is just a little Sunday project here that I know I need a mount for that fuel tank. So just get out in the shop, like I always say, get out there and do something cool. And there's lots of videos out there on the old YouTube world that teaches you how to weld and do stuff like this. So don't be afraid of it. Get out there and you can get yourself even a little 110 welder, and you know, don't need anything real fancy, and just start practicing. Little cut off saw, and away you go. So like I said before, get out there and do something cool. If you like this video, you know, there's other ones out there like it. Subscribe, like, share, you know, comment. Like I said, comments are great. Get some conversation going. And the next project up, same idea as this one. I got to build a battery box next. So yeah, like I said, if you get out there and build something cool, and enjoy your day. Bye.